Good morning, all. Have we got a deal for you? Have you ever wondered why you can get quick responses on telephones, cable television, and in the internet? It's called fiber optics. Instead of a boring old copper insulated wire, it uses the speed of light, so you know it's fast. So call now to special order your fiber optics now. But wait, my friends, there's more. Order within the next 10 minutes and get 3 new phone and Ethernet cables for only $25.99. That's right, only $25.99. Call 1-800-667-2357. Thank you.
Alright, well, have you ever taken the time to cut open an Ethernet cable and ponder upon the contents of the inside? Well, how an Ethernet cable works is energy in the form of electricity is transmitted through a copper wire inside the cable from one place to another. Not only are Ethernet cables that use this type of technology, but also telephones and cable TV. Without wires, communication would have much less of an impact on our lives. Although these wires are very beneficial and are necessary for our everyday usage of communication tools, they are outmatched by a newly found technology called fiber optics. What are fiber optics? Fiber optics are long, thin strands of pure glass that have about the same diameter of human hair. Differentiating from wire technology, fiber optics, instead of having energy being transmitted in the form of electricity, is transmitted in light through the thin tube of the cable from one place to another. Fiber optic technology is much better than normal wired cables because the light inside the glass tube is traveling at a much faster speed and is in a larger mass, meaning more data is being transported. Fiber optic technology can be found in high-speed internet cables and high-quality telephone wires. How does optical fiber transmit light? Well, we all know as a fact that light travels in a straight line. When light hits a reflective surface, it is reflected and the direction of the light is then changed and traveling in a different path. What happens inside the small thin tube of a fiber optic wire is something called total internal reflection. When light inside the tube travels into a curve, it reflects and goes in another direction until it hits another curve, until it reaches its destination. Because of total internal reflection, the thin tube inside a fiber optic cable is illuminated with light. But this is not seen because of the rubber casing around the product itself. Fiber optics are not only better than normal cables, but also have many advantages. Fiber optic cables are less expensive compared to wires because the cost of making them compared to copper wires is much cheaper. This saves the communication provider money as well as yourself. Copper wire is a solid metal. Due to the small spacing inside the glass tube of a fiber optic wire, it is much easier to make fiber optic wires thinner than regular copper wires. Fiber optic technology is not only better than copper wire transmission, but is also a keystone to the next generation of data transmission. The end factor being, don't be basic, be fiber. Wasn't it